marketplace attracts 3.9 million visitors. There were 64,000 active sellers in the third quarter alone. Well, its earnings for that third quarter show the firm is growing. It's also managing to cut its losses with a 25% rise in revenues, but still not making a profit. Well, let's talk to Francis Dufay, who's Jumia's chief executive. Good to have you with me. And, let's start with that, because some great growth figures. Where is that growth coming from?
So, hi, Ben. Thanks for having me. Well, we spent the past 2 years restructuring the company from the top to bottom. And we have been able to rebuild across Africa a value proposition that actually makes sense for African customers. Our customers are quite unique, and the African market comes with very unique challenges. We have to be very affordable for people who make relatively little disposable income. We have to be accessible to people who live in relatively remote cities. We've built a very unique business model that can now serve African customers in a scalable and profitable way. So we're now starting to see a turning point. And that growth is purely coming from, well, amazing value for money, the right assortment, much better choice for our consumers, and accessibility in the cities where people actually live. So this is really the result of fundamental work over the past couple of years to build the right business model for Africa.
So let's talk about some of those challenges. You touched on one of them about disposable income. The other, though, is about the penetration of internet and the accessibility of people to be able to use a site like yours. I know that's why, for example, Amazon isn't operating in many countries on the continent. How do you get over that? How do you get beyond that?
Well, let's take the first challenge you were mentioning, like very low disposable income. And that's our customer base, right? We're not going to change that. We have to embrace our market like it is, and not like we dream of it to be. So what we've done on that front is that we've made sure that we deliver amazingly well-priced assortment to Africa. So we've worked with suppliers in Africa, outside of Africa, big brands, Chinese vendors, and so on, to make sure that we capture amazing assortment and we can deliver amazing value for money. So in Africa, I mean, what we sell in our countries, like in Nigeria or in Ghana, we sell TVs, but for $75. We sell shoes, but for $6 or $7. So we've really built an assortment that makes sense for people who want to buy the same things that they as in the UK or in the US, but at price points that they can afford. So there are challenges, of course. You're mentioning internet connection as well. But we can build a business model around that, and we can perfect our operations to solve those problems and make the lives of our consumers easier.
You talk about that growth in revenue, so up 25%, but still not making a profit. And what is holding you back in terms of that profitability? And are you hopeful that you can turn profitable this year?
So our path to profitability is pretty clear. We've announced that we'll be profitable full year in 2027. So not this year. But what's important in the meantime is that we make clear progress and we show that it's actually going to happen, right? This company had complicated history with the stock market and promised a lot in the past. I'm very focused right now on delivering the numbers to make sure that every quarter shows that we're getting a little closer. This quarter here is very important because we show that we can scale again without hurting the economics. So there's actually a case for scaling in Africa and making a profit and building a real business.
Francis, it's good to talk to you. We will watch and see how you progress there, but good to have you on the programme. Francis Dufay there, the Chief Executive at the Jumia Group. Appreciate your time. Thank you.